Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this two-part resin feather. So I have this old resin. It's called ice resin, and it's a jeweler's resin. I've had it for years and years, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. This is part A, and it's already discolored a little bit, and all of it didn't come out of the container, so I wasn't sure if it was gonna work because it's like clumped at the bottom. But as you can see from the picture, it did. So I went ahead and put in part B, and as you can see, it's really turned color. So instead of being clear, it's like an amber color. So I'm just putting it, I measured them equally, and I poured the hardener, the part B, into the part A. And it says, right here it is, that's the part B, the hardener. And it says to mix for 2 minutes. So I got myself some silicone measuring cups and stirrers and stuff like that, and I really like them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my resin into 2 separate containers of equal amounts. And right here I have some gold mica powder that I got from the Dollar Tree. Put some of it in one of the containers. And now I have blue mica powder also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put it in the other container. And I'm going to stir everything up really well, because you want to mix your mica powder very, very well. And now I'm going to mix up the blue one. Of course, it turns a little green because of the amber colored resin, because it's old. The resin was old. So I'm going to put a little bit more blue in this one. It was looking a little too green for me, because you know, blue and yellow make green. And I'm just going to mix it up really well. Once I get it mixed up, I'm going to bring out my mold. Actually, it's not my mold. I borrowed it from my neighbor, Lonnie, across the street. He has all kinds of molds, so this one is a feather. And I'm just going to start pouring the resin in. Now once I get some of it in there, I want to make sure that I don't have air bubbles, so I'm just squeezing the ends The one end has the stem for the feather, and I want to make sure there's no air bubbles in there, so I'm taking my popsicle stick and I'm pushing the resin down in there. I'm just going to add a little bit more to push up in there. Just squeezing the mold. So I'm just going to squeeze it, make sure any air bubbles come out. Use my popsicle stick to get air bubbles out, because you know air bubbles create holes. So I'm just going up underneath there. And now I'm just going to pour the remainder of my resin in the mold. Don't want to leave any resin behind. And I do like these two colors together. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. And I used all the Part A resin that I could out of the bottle, and then I had to throw the rest of it away because it had just clumped down in the bottom of the bottle, and I wasn't even sure if this was going to work. But as you can see from the beginning of the video where I have the picture, it did work. It turned out pretty well. So again, I'm just scraping out all the resin. Don't want to waste any of it. And I did get the cups and the stir and all that from Amazon the other day. And they are silicone, and I do like them very much. So if you're going to do resin, you might need to get you some of these measuring cups. Silicone. I am trying my hardest to get every single drop in my mold because I really needed a little bit more and I just didn't have it. And now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to pop any bubbles that there may be. Now it doesn't get them all, but it gets quite a bit of them. And then I'm going to take my craft stick there and I'm going to go around the edges to pop any more bubbles that I can. And see, I'm squeezing it a little bit there because at the very top of the resin is the bottom of the mold there, and I just didn't have enough resin, so I'm trying to squeeze the sides of the mold to make it puff up that middle portion there. And again, I'm using my heat gun to pop some more bubbles. And now what I'm doing is I'm kind of scraping some of the resin to the center there, because there's going to be holes if there's no resin on top. I squeeze it, push the bottles up against it, and here it is. This is the next day, and you can see there where I'm pointing out, there is no resin right there, and those are going to be holes in the bottom of my tray. So I'm going to take some UV resin, and this is the hard type, and I'm just going to put a little bit in a silicone little pot there. And then I'm going to add some of the blue mica powder to it. Same mica powder I put in the feather itself. But this is going to look more blue because it's clear resin. It's not, you know, amber colored. But I just got to repair this hole, these holes. There's like 3 of them, where there just wasn't enough resin to fill it up. But we can fix it. Add a little bit of mica powder there on my mat. Just put that in there. And now I'm just gonna take my craft stick there and put the resin where the holes are. And I did not want to take this out of the mold yet, because if you do that, you're going to have resin all over the place because it's going to drip through. So you want to do it while the piece is still in the mold. Now after I did this, I'm like, you know, it's going to make patches and I don't want that. So I want to smooth it all out. So what I do is I just take the rest of what I mixed up, and that little finger rubber, or whatever you want to call it, you know, like a piece of a glove. Anyway, it came in with my measuring cups, and I'm just going to go over the whole bottom of it. Just going to even it out. And that was a piece of lint or something on there, so that it's evening it out so it doesn't look so bad. So after I get that all smoothed out, I'm going to set my light for 2 minutes, my UV light, which I got this from Less Resin on Amazon. And then I tested it, and it's a little bit sticky. So I'm going to do it for another 2 minutes. Now once that's up, then I'm going to remove this from the mold. Now at this point it isn't totally cured. It is bendable. I did pour this later yesterday evening and let it sit overnight. But it was still bendable in the mold here. But you can straighten it out, no problem. Just want to get that end out with the little nub on the end. And there it is. So I can straighten it out here, make sure it's flat in the shape it needs to be. And I did end up putting it back under the light with the top part there for another 2 minutes because that top part was a little sticky, and I did not show that in the video. But there's the feather. I think it looks pretty. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. So it's just a little trinket dish. You can put your jewelry in or whatever you have. And again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please feel free to do so. And I do 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will see you later.